torches burn in the still of the night. It's our turn.
Han Solo, probably my favorite leader in this game. I just love playing Han decks.
Yeah, he's fun.
He's going to start off putting a resource into play. Battlefield Marine for the Sabine player. And Han's going to return with an Ezra.
Ezra's a
really
solid turn one. And it
I've always really liked that
Marine.
play against these aggro decks.
Yeah.
Get rid of one of his resources. It's the temporary ability of Han. All right, Marine is going to attack the base for 3. I would assume Ezra is going to remove the Marine here.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Okay.
That's
Still got
he's
it.
Putting his...
No dice. No, use our counters.
I gotta be honest, I think it's kind of weird that he puts his deck up there like that.
His deck.
Yeah, it's like...
side by side like that?
Yeah. No, it's just,
where...
it's so far up instead of...
Uh-huh.
Makes it weird. But, I mean, players do what they're gonna do. Hitting the Darksaber here is big, but it does suck to know that he's got that Wrecker in hand.
Raiders for Freedom added to the board. Something Ezra can't just devour.
Yeah. Gamorrean Guards is a pretty good pickup here.
Sure.
And Fleet Lieutenant.
He's got a Fleet Lieutenant in for 5.
And Ezra does clear the Fleet Lieutenant. He's going to base. Okay.
Base.
Yeah.
Looks like he's just trying to get his cards now at this point.
Yeah.
Sabine's gonna hit both players for 1. Can't imagine this guard isn't coming down. There it is.
Yep, it is.
Yeah, Sabine will follow up. Can't get to that guard right now.
He's got 1 resource. Does he have the Spec Force Soldier? Looks like no, he doesn't. He's got Poe and Wrecker.
I think that's a great play attacking the base because otherwise the guard's not on for Sentinel.
Yeah.
So it totally makes sense.
I probably would swing Sabine in here. Yeah, that means whatever battles with the Gamorrean next turn is gonna die.
Still not bad if you're Han.
Yeah. Stop the attack. And this is the turn where if Adam wants to, he can flip the Han. And he has the Han unit in hand, flip. So he's got the payoff for it.
The casino turn.
Yep.
He can kind of take his time as well if he wants. He could just play this bouncer, flip Han, and then, do it next turn. That might be reasonable here.
Yeah. All right, he's gonna Ezra to take out the Sabine. Temporarily turns off the Gamorrean Guards. Evan does have Poe and Wrecker here, and it looks like also a red 3. He's just gonna burn the ECL here. That was another. I was gonna mention that ECL Poe could clear the Han if it came out, but now with the ECL being blown, there's nothing deterring the Han really. Although that Poe being on board does sort of it brings up the stacks of that Cantina bouncer for sure. And Han, it looks like, is going to flip himself out this turn. Even if he's not going to get to the big Han, he's just going to he's going to be able to clear one of these units, and that's pretty strong also. Takes out the fighters. He should have 2 ready resources, but I mean, we know he's not going to be able to do anything with them.
Should be ready, right? Yeah, I guess he knows he's not going to use them.
Yep.
But
Picks up a DJ and resources it before defeating for Han here. And he's actually got double DJs in there. He could actually just bring out one of the DJs normally with Smuggle if he attacks with Han, he can kill the resource. But I don't think that Evan's gonna allow him to attack with the Han here. Wrecker coming out, presumably he can blast either one of these guys, and it's gonna be the Han. Yep.
Yeah. Big swing.
Surprise strike is gonna clear the Wrecker. I think we're getting to a point where Adam can start to turn the corner because he does still have that Han in hand. Gonna bring out L3 here just as a body. And I think he hit a hotshot blaster there. Han's taken, what's 15, 18, 19 damage. So he's got like a decent enough cushion here. But this Sabine deck, especially with Poes and Wreckers, can really come back out of nowhere.
Always hope with Wrecker.
Yeah. All right, Fleet just going to base. That brings it up to 22.
Pretty close to the danger zone with Sabine.
Yeah. It's close, but it's just far enough away that he might be fine.
Yeah, could be. One thing Han doesn't do great is gain its heal base.
Yeah. But this big Han unit in hand. Oh, he's not even going to go for the Han. He's just going to play Kira. Which means this Fleet Lieutenant is going to stick around for another round. Let me see if I can listen to the table audio and figure out what they call with Kira.
Guessing Poe. Just to block them from being able to play it.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, maybe not. Did they not discard any cards with Poe? I guess.
Well, it's on attack, not on play.
Oh, I'm sorry. Derp.
Oh, wait. So the fact that he played Poe there must have meant that he called something else.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. But
I guess maybe
he
he just
knows
thinks
if
he
he
can
plays Pose that he can. Yeah, he just Han Solo it, right?
Yeah. But I mean, he's letting this fleet lieutenant live for forever.
Yeah, and that just opens all those poor causes to end the game.
Yeah. That's
He just
another
has to
thing that might
dodge
have
one
been
of those.
called is he might have just called for a cause without
that's
even
true.
seeing any.
It's still like very playable for Evan though.
Yeah. That's 26 now. Which is like a 4 cause away, or if he misses once, a 4 cause plus a Sabine ping away.
27. It's got a lot of gonna have to get 24 damage, or not 24, 19 damage in.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. He does have 11 in play.
Yeah.
13 counting this. So if he gets 6 more damage
Ooh,
before the
Cassian.
4 cause. Oh,
And
but
Cassian is just
flipping.
lethal here with the Sabine ping.
Yeah.
And Evan
I thought I'd
taking
see a
game
little
1.
more Sabine at this event today. I don't like under the impression those decks were doing very well.
Yeah.
What do you consider? Which decks do you consider the top tier currently?
I think it's like Sabine, Boba Yellow specifically, Kira Green, and then probably like Palpatine and Han. Either this Han or the green one. They're both different decks, but I think they're both really good. And I think you can also make an argument for blue, the new Han.
Oh yeah, I've seen that deck be pretty successful lately. That's a lot of top tier decks though for the game to have.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that holds. It's pretty great.
So we just got the standings.
Oh, they sent them to us. Okay.
Yeah. So we got 6 players at 3-0. Most of these haven't been on stream. We have, I mean, obviously these two, Evan and Adam, and then Carlos, who was on Boba Yellow, and I don't know the other things. It's Alex Krez, Nick Stanton, Kyle Davis. I think we have their lists on the spreadsheet though. Kyle. Oh, we had Kyle. Kyle was the Boba player.
Boba Blue.
Alex Krez. Oh, Krez is on Han Blue. So whoever said they wanted to see one of those on stream, your wish might come true. And who was the other player? Nick Stanton. And that's Kira.
Nick. Yeah, Nick's one of the top area players. Fun to see him doing well.
All right, yeah. So we've got, it looks like 6 different decks undefeated right now. Boba Yellow, Sabine Green, Kira Green, Han Yellow, Boba Yellow, and Boba Blue. Sorry. And Kira and Han Blue. Sorry. Yeah, 6 different decks. I totally said a couple different things twice, but I swear it's 6 different decks. Loopy. How's Loopy doing? He is.
Loopy was 2-1.
Yeah, he's 2-1.
His
So
wife
he's-
Diana also 2-1.
Yeah. I wonder if they're playing each other this round. That'd be fun.
We gotta demand that as a feature match if it happens, right?
Taxter is 1 and 2, it looks like. All right. Oh, Loopy has his name in the standings as Loopy. All right, and it looks like we're going into the next round. Sorry, I was distracted by the standings. So we had A-Wing and Ezra as the opening plays, it looks like.
I also got distracted.
Red 3. That's pretty bad again. Ezra just going to base. We'll see what he gets. Syndicate Lackeys. That's an interesting card in this matchup, but not amazing at the moment. And so he's going to leave it there. That is a Millennium Falcon in hand, though, and that is big. It can deal with both these threats eventually.
That's what you wanted.
Yeah.
In this heavy space attack here.
I guess he's debating between that and tech, but I don't think there's a debate. I think you go Falcon easy. Yep, there it is. Going into the next round, he's got the tech. Ooh, he drew double Syndicate Lackeys. I don't know if he has a DJ in the resource row, but he doesn't have the tech out, so it doesn't. I guess it could matter next round if he.
The combo. He's picking up his Falcon.
Okay. Interesting.
Deal some damage.
I guess he wants to play Gamorrean Guards this turn, which is why.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that though, because like, I
don't know if I like that
I'd probably
either.
be willing to throw a card away if I meant. Oh, he saw his resource row. Oh, he does have the DJ. So okay, so yeah, I think that must mean his plan is to go for Gamorrean Guards, because I think like playing tech and then keeping the Falcon and running over the A-Wing is a pretty strong play.
Yeah, I always feel like every time I pick up my Falcon, it always ends up being wrong.
Yeah.
Even if it looks right.
And it looks like he is just going to use the Han anyway. So, I think he's going for the Syndicate Lackeys to take out Sabine immediately. I think that's the plan.
Okay.
Stop the Darksaber. There's good theory to that.
He can Han flip too.
No, he's on 5, not 6.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. If he steals a resource with DJ, does he get to flip Han?
He would, yeah, but the DJ's not online right
That's not
now
how it
because
works.
he doesn't have attack.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it is a resource you control, so he would be able to flip Han, but he's just, that's not gonna happen right now. In 5 for the Lackeys. Going to clear that Sabine.
Forgot tech was not in play.
Yeah.
For a second.
A2. And Adam's actually keeping pace on damage. He's done 7 and he's taken 8.
Sometimes sometimes with this Han deck you do get enough material ahead in play, you just start racing them out.
Yeah.
USO, pretty great addition to what he's doing though.
And ECL Poe.
Oh,
taking it back. Oh yeah, because
there's some resource
isn't
a resource that has to go away.
resourcing. Yeah, I think he
makes
hasn't
sense.
even decided if he's going to put something down yet.
Yeah,
Much
he
less
hasn't. He's not
to
played a
destroy.
resource yet. Just discard a card saves time. This is where you really wish you have any discard card, right? When they're thinking this hard about which card they want to resource.
If I were to do it with this hand, I'd probably pick Surprise Strike.
Makes sense. He does know oppose about to fall.
Yeah, so maybe you do keep the Surprise Strike knowing about the POW. Those are the Gamma guards. All right, and the ECL POW is going to happen. Yeah, he's going to clear both these units. And now if Han wants to flip this turn and start dealing with things, he has to get rid of another one of these very valuable cards out of his hand. Or he's just going to play this Cunning straight up. Yep, just goes for the Cunning. And goes for Exhaust and probably discard. Oh, bounce the K2 and then exhaust the A-Wing. Okay. Interesting.
Get a little ahead on the board and we're gonna hold some damage back for a short period of time.
Yeah. Han can come out next turn.
He can come this turn, right? If he just discards a card, probably does not
yes,
want
he
to.
can, yeah. But I mean, the best thing he could do is probably just trade into Poe. That feels kind of bad.
Yeah.
But maybe it's the right thing to do. There, like if you let Poe get an attack in, that's can be hard to come back from as this Han deck here. All right. He is going for the resource, which means we're probably going to flip this Han. Boom.
This isn't bad because he gets a resource and he can play the Falcon and remove that A-Wing.
Yeah, it's actually pretty strong.
Seems pretty
think
See,
of that.
that's
Yeah.
I like. Okay, I like what he's put together here. That's
Yeah.
seems pretty good.
He's out of cards in hand, but he does have a couple smuggle options, so he's not completely
A
dead.
little shocked he didn't remove the Poe.
Yeah.
Pay for the Han with one of the resources going away, as we all know, and
And this Sabine player has so many things in hand compared to so little from the Han.
yeah, who's the Agar deck here?
Yeah.
That is it's a thing with Han, you know. That sometimes you end up with very few cards in your hand, especially with if you're not green Han. Like green Han, you can use those short-term resources to make card advantage plays. So sometimes it's kind of like you're just almost free rolling. But the yellow version and other, like I played a red version, you can really get down.
Poe also has the ability to convert this card advantage into even more advantage by
Oh yeah,
dumping things.
and especially with being able to make him discard here, just
Yeah.
seems so crazy.
And it looks like he's just going 8 to base, not even worried about the discard.
Oh man, I'd be ditching a card so fast.
Yeah.
Maybe his hand's just that stacked. I don't know. Sometimes.
And Han trades into the Poe there. And 5, is that another Poe? Yep, it is another Poe. And Adam just happened to have the Han in hand to deal with it. And now he's really regretting not forcing that discard there.
Yeah. So.
And this might be
Yeah,
Adam's
but,
game at this point. Like, it's kind of hard to
wow,
this
is
come
crazy.
back from this.
Just discarding one card would have been so huge.
All right, 14 on
He's gonna,
the base.
Yeah, 16 is not really where you want to be here.
Yeah.
And he's I don't know. I think the Han deck's way out of nowhere is kind of way ahead because he has all those smuggle cards down too.
Yeah. And he has the cunning in hand, which means he can win this turn if there's no interruption.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Smuggle making yellow Han enabling yellow Han pretty like making it a much better deck.
Yeah. And here goes the cunning. Going to just bounce the K2 and buff the Han. For a cause I believe in. Whiffs once, 3, but whatever it is, it doesn't matter.
I don't think I'm not believing in this cause currently.
And we're going to game 3.
Yeah, looks like a game 3.
I think that's the first game 3 we've had all day.
I think you're right.
Trying to get our I know it's scheduling that my card should have.
All right.
Well, I mean, they're all. So yeah. But I've also never run.
All right. And we're getting started here in game 3.
You learn any lessons there about Agar not winning through card advantage?
Yeah.
All right, looks like he's gonna go with his turn 1 Ezra play again.
Yeah. All 3 games.
Well, I mean,
It's such a good play, especially if the Ezra ends up hitting something playable.
Yes, free cards.
Yeah. Because it basically trades over every single turn 1 play.
Yeah, even if it's not hitting a card, it's often just gonna be like removing 2 things, right?
Yeah.
Price strike. Thought about it.
Yeah. And Adam resourcing again, going for the Kira. Poe, Wrecker, and Daring, or not Poe, Fighters for Freedom, sorry.
It's
You're not particularly
card, right?
worried about any of these cards. I might just call Darksaber here if I if I'm Adam. Maybe you call Fighters for Freedom because being able to go Fighters for Freedom Daring Raid next turn, Daring Raid takes out Ezra. That does sort of hurt you, but not even that much because you can just Kira into the Fleet Lieutenant.
Yeah, if he fades Evan getting like putting another a threat into play besides Sabine next turn, it's probably really bad for Evan.
I don't know if you heard what he called. I didn't.
I don't know.
Is that an echo?
I don't have the I don't know the player's audio on.
Okay.
Maybe we should put little cards for them to write the name of the card.
I think that is echo in in Evan's hand. That's really interesting. It looks like he resourced it though.
He does have Echo in his deck.
Okay.
I mean, I could do some stuff.
Yeah. Oh no, he kept it. I see it in there. Thinking about that top card.
Maybe he has a Flute Lieutenant.
Ooh, hot shot. Okay.
Hot shot on Kira.
I'm just gonna keep that up. That means that Kira can just take out Sabine when she flips.
Adam's doing a good job of like anticipating how they turns are going to play out. Being one step ahead. Hasn't hurt him so far.
Oh, the DL44 should cost 3 resources here because it's out of aspect.
Um,
But he only paid 1 for it.
but L34 is yellow when you, isn't it? When you
It's yellow when you smuggle it, but it's red
oh, they
normally.
played it out of their hand. Okay,
They played it off the top deck from Ezra. Yeah.
Oh,
And that would make this surprise strike an illegal play.
let me. Okay, I'll work.
Thanks, chat, for catching that. I totally did not. There is like a pretty way to resolve it, which is just act as if the surprise strike wasn't played and then just do the attack for less damage. It's not perfect, but
We need some kind of
clean.
tone or something we can play at the at the feature match when something goes wrong, so we can pause the game.
Yeah. I have when I streamed my event in person, I had a microphone at the table that also had a built-in speaker, so I could talk to the players from the commentary area.
You never worried about the hot mic, you know?
Well, I knew when it was on and when it was off, so
Yeah, I know.
because they'd be reacting if it was always on.
Yeah. Well, I'm good at screwing stuff up, so that's all. Good catch.
Yeah.
I'll use this time to get some deck listing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll see what the judge says, but
I don't know if it's too late. I don't know if you can rewind it.
yeah. I mean, so the way I would say
Interested to see how this resolves.
you could is just act as if the surprise strike was never played, and then he just does the Kira attack for 3 less damage and keeps the surprise strike in hand. And it looks like that's what they ended up going with.
The winner would have it a hot shot blaster got played out of aspect off the top of the deck without paying the aspect penalty.
Yep.
So because I did something atypical, typically he should have gotten a game loss.
That's
For
a
that.
game loss?
Because I can't rewind it because he just drew. Now with it, I ad-libbed against it because we're doing casual enforcement. So what I did was like he had the mana to actually pay for that aspect penalty. He just wouldn't have been able to play the surprise strike. So it's like I just had him rewind it for the surprise strike, and, you know, and ignore the fact that they drew cards off their top of their library. Because it's like with that we could rewind it because he's still going to draw those cards. So,
Game loss seems so extreme there.
well, it's if you can't rewind it, reset the game state, it's a game loss. And it's like because he drew cards, I can't tell you what he drew. You know, it's but with it, you know, it's just like, and I ruled it that way. So just letting you know if anybody in chat asks, that's why I did.
Okay.
Is just because we aren't running competitive, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think game loss seems a bit harsh there, but yeah, I mean, yeah, you really can't rewind it, no, after having drawn cards.
Oh,
because-
Well, because he drew cards, but he didn't draw like extra cards. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So it's just like
Well, it wasn't drawing cards that caused the problem. Was it?
no. Well, it's because it was that previous turn and he had already gone through the regroup phase.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But with it, he didn't draw any extra cards because of the action. So
Yeah.
he would have drawn them anyway.
Yep.
So it's just I did it right.
Yeah, it's just I mean, I guess theoretically the knowledge of it would change, might change the play, so it would make sense that you couldn't rewind. But
Yeah.
I think,
At some point, like you should catch the. I guess if the other player should be able to catch that too. You know, like either player could have seen
Yeah.
it, you know.
yeah, it's definitely both players.
So I don't think
responsibility.
like personally, I don't think that harsh of a penalty is necessary there because like
Yeah.
if people would have been paying better attention, they could have.
Yeah.
I guess like there is like using that to advantage, you know, which is always the fear. But if we don't think that's happening, it's we don't think people are intentionally doing that kind of thing. Like,
So back
Which
to
I
the
doubt.
actual gameplay. Adams put 23 damage on Evan's base here.
here and on, that's big. That's big damage in play. It looks like he just went aggressively after him instead of removing the Sabine.
Yeah. He saw an opening and he took it. He's taken 16 himself, but I don't know if there's a way to stop the lethal here. Or let's see. Oh, he has I think he has Wrecker in hand, and Wrecker would. Oh no, he doesn't have ECL up. He used ECL earlier. Wrecker with ECL
I was gonna say
would
there's
get through this.
Always hope with always hope with Wrecker.
I'm not sure how many resources he's on, but if he maybe has a timely intervention, that could do effectively the same thing, but he doesn't. And it looks like that's going to be game. Adam taking it 2-1.
Yeah. Really, really smart seeing the pivot there. I think a lot of players would have just tried to board control, but going for that win, and under pressure really paid off for him.